I literally had to sit there and watch them kill my dog. Like, so anyway, hello, puppet. Oh man, this is so sensitive. Why am I telling the story? I'm weird. I'm back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, what is this? This is some hot shine. Oh Lord. Hey guys, so I wanted to share a story with you. I'm being very smiley because I naturally am like this when the camera gets turned on. But really, this story is actually not a good story. I came here to tell you guys my dog died. And I'm a goofy person. This is not a funny story, but it'll probably end up being funny because that's how I cope with everything. And his name was Puppet. And Puppet was my baby. So I'm going to tell you guys how he died, which is a very tragic death. Like, he literally died the most traumatic way possible. But before I do that, subscribe to my channel right now. If you don't subscribe to my channel, then this is basically like a video chain letter and your dog will die next. Just like this. So subscribe if you want Pookie to stay alive, because
this is a chain video.
So first, I'll tell you guys how I got Puppet. So I got Puppet 2015. My boyfriend at the time, he told me, he's like, hey, look at that squirrel. I was like, that's not a squirrel, fool, that's a dog. And I was like, let's go see if it's a friendly dog. When I got him, he was ugly, y'all. Like, he looked like he'd been through it. Now that I know a little bit more about dogs, I think they were using him to breed because he was a miniature Yorkie and he was a very nice dog. And you just don't leave those type of dogs outside. Like, you just don't do that. He was in really bad shape. But when I went over to him and I went to touch him, he just like rolled over. Like, that's how I knew. I was like, come on, baby, come home with mama. Like, he just rolled over. Like, cause a lot of little dogs, I had never liked little dogs before. Like, I would have never purchased a Yorkie. It's just not really my thing. A lot of little dogs, they nip at you. Like, every time I try, like Chihuahuas, like, they're just yappy, they're rude, you know? So we knocked on some doors. I got him, I went to see if he was microchipped. He wasn't microchipped. So I was just like, what am I gonna do with this dog? At this point in time, I had another dog before this who was a rescue also, and I found his owners. So I just had to deal with that loss, and I really was not looking for another dog. I really wasn't, but I was like, dang, this dog looks like he's about to die. So that's how I got Puppet. The reason why I knew that Puppet had only been outside and had never been inside of home before was because I would lock him in rooms by accident, because when a door would open, he wouldn't know to go through it. After years of having him though, and like we would actually didn't like leave him somewhere, he would and he'd like push the door and you could hear it. But before then, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he didn't know. So that's how I knew that he never really had, you know, that he never been in a home before. So I adopted this dog that I did not want, that was ugly. And at the time, I took him to the groomers, and the groomers was like, basically like, bro, you're not taking care of this dog. This dog is in really bad shape. I'm like, bro, I found this dog. And like, everyone was like, nobody finds a Yorkie. Like, come on, in this shape. Like, seriously, this is your dog. You just don't care. I'm like, that's not true. Like, I would never do this to a dog. So the first time he got groomed, he had to get shaped all the way down. Ooh, he was ugly, 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 ugly. I was like, ew, this dog is nasty looking. And then after, like, I would take him to the groomers and take him to the vet, then people thought, when they asked me, how old is he? I know I found him. Now, since he looked like he was in good shape, then people thought I stole him. So then I'm like, bro, I didn't steal this dog. Like, I found this dog, whatever. That's how I had Puppet. So I just want to tell you guys a little story as to how I got my little baby, so I can tell you now how he died. So Puppet was like our family dog. Like, this was just, man, I was working 2 jobs. So I was working at Bare Minerals and I was working at my job now and doing what I do in the office, like an office girl.
As per my last email.
And I was so tired this particular night. My mom invited me over to her house. Basically, what I did not remember was that they had 2 wild, I say wild, but they had 2 pit bulls that would just like roam the neighborhood looking for seeking to whom they can devour. Or my church kids know what I'm talking about. So every time we would go outside, Puppet would always like look at you to see if he was allowed to leave. A lot of little dogs also do that. When you open the door, boom, they be booking it, they be gone. Puppet was not like that. Like, he would stay right by my side no matter what I was doing. I remember like, y'all, I remember like it was literally yesterday. I looked down at Puppet, and that was the last time I looked at him lovingly without worry ever again. Like, I looked down at him, he looked up at me, like, mommy, can I go? And I was like, all right, just behave yourself, okay? Open the door. As soon as I open this door, he books it. Now, I just told you guys, Puppet was not the type of dog to just run out. Like, but this time, something was different. Like, something was very, very wrong. I'm looking like, Puppet, I'm screaming. He runs across the street. And I'm gonna try to explain this as best as possible. So he, dang, it's hard to explain. Okay, so he runs across the street, and then all of a sudden I see a dog go like this. So this is Puppet coming out of my house, and he's running across the street, and then all of a sudden a dog is coming this way and turns this way. So he's running, right? So this is one of the wild pits. This is one of the pits, right? Then another pit comes out of nowhere and just pounces on him. Like, and when I say that I was screaming bloody murder, I was like, no, stop, ah! And I don't know, like, this is like my first, like, notion is to scream at the dogs. Like, no, stop doing that. Like, the dogs would be like, oh, my bad, it's your dog. Oh, like, the dogs was like, middle fingers up, like, we doing us, like, leave us alone. I literally had to sit there and watch them kill my dog. Like, and it was me as a human. Like, I'm not a pit, right? I'm a regular human. It's two dogs. So I'm thinking like of all the strategies, like get something. Like, I don't see anything around me. I'm panicking. I'm just screaming. And I'm like feeling guilty because I can't just go and save him, because as soon as I get him off of one dog, I might have another dog like biting me. So luckily, by the grace of God, some people were doing construction on a house that was like a couple houses down. They were doing like working on the fence. They came with their tools basically and shooed the dogs away. Like, even these grown men weren't just about to walk over there and be like, leave the dog alone. You know, like, they came with tools. I didn't have nothing. He was bleeding, but you couldn't really see. Like, you know, like he looked hurt. Because at one point in time, the dog had him in his mouth, picked him up, and did one of these numbers, right? Because initially, dogs go for the neck, because they're really wolves, right? And Puppet was going like this to the dog. Like, he was making sure, because Puppet, if you knew Puppet, he was a little ghetto, you know what I'm saying? He just about to just go out without a fight. He was trying to bite the other dog or whatever, you know, trying to prohibit him from biting his neck. So he saved that part, because if he would have went here, it would have been over. So they shoot the dog away, both of them. They just go back in their yard. Oh, and I was so mad, because it's like, it's animal on animal. It's not person on person. You know what I mean? So it's like, these are animals doing their thing. Like, they're just doing what God put them here to do, which is just, I don't even know what, hurt my feelings. So they just walk over to their yard like nothing happened. Puppet runs over to our yard. Like, I'm free. Thank God somebody saved me. I'm feeling guilty. What could I have done? Like, could I have gotten my car and just backed up? You know, like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, I should have honked the horn. Like, I should have did something, but I just was like just standing there screaming, crying, like, so good. I'm like, I'm watching my dog die, and like, I don't know. It was traumatic. So Puppet runs across the street. My little cousin's like, what happened? What happened? I'm like, those dogs attacked Puppet, and he's like, oh, come on, G, you good? You good? I'm like, no, Puppet is not good. Like, he is not good. Like, he's out of there. That was my exact words. Like, it's over for him. Like, I knew it was over for him. Now, I hope I didn't speak those words into his life, and that wasn't the case, but from what I saw, because nobody in my family saw what I saw, but from what I saw, like, it wasn't very logical to think that he was going to survive, right? And this woman has a Yorkie rescue, and we know her, so we call her. We're like, hey, you know, Puppet got attacked, and she's like, oh my gosh, go to this vet that I trust. Hurry up, take him there now. We take him to the last animal hospital that he'd ever seen. Everyone's like reassuring us, like, you know, basically, like, they didn't say it, but there's like, you know, if he was gonna die, he would have died already. And Puppet was a fighter. So I'm like, and he walked away from the altercation. So I'm thinking like, dang, maybe there's a chance that Puppet will really live. We send Puppet off, like, and it was the most horrible thing. The way that I could describe how bad of a condition he was, I'll do it on here. Like let's just say this was a side of him. Like, this was his side. This is how his rib was doing. It was like you could see it through his fur. Like, you could see his ribs. Like, that's how bad, like, they crushed him. And so I'm like, okay, he's not profusely bleeding. Like, he looks like crap, but he's functioning, you know? And it's funny because even before we took him to the last hospital, he just put his little chin like on my I'm about to start crying. Oh, I'm a loser. He put his little chin like on my what do you call this? My forearm, and just was like, "It's okay, Mom. Like, you know, you couldn't save me." And I'm like, "Is that what you're really saying?" He's like, "Nah, I hate you forever. You should have got in there." And I'm like, "I couldn't because I'm a human." He's like, "I don't care. You say you love me." He just put his, you know, he just rested on me. It was full of drool because he was like on medication, but he was trying to give me like, oh man, this is so sensitive. Why am I telling the story? I'm weird. Took him to the vet. They told us no news is good news. I go to bed, right? I go to bed. I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling responsible, and I let him get hurt. I didn't even help him. You know, I'm feeling a lot of feelings. Like I'm feeling a lot of regret, and that I even opened the door. Like I should have never opened the door. I should have never let him out. I should have always held him. You know, when we were going out, like I should have remembered that there were dogs out. Like I was just like beating myself up, which I still do. I don't do it as much because I'm like, God, everything happens for a reason, because I truly believe that if Puppet would not have been outside, those dogs would have bitten me because I was never going to see them. By the time I got around to the back of my car, I was going to get ambushed by 2 dogs, and it was going to smell my fear because I was going to have a lot of it, and I'm not fast. I'm 5'7", 154 pounds of sluggish. I wake up the next morning, I look at my phone, and it's the dog lady. And I'm like, "Hey, Amanda, I tried to call you." When I read I tried to call you, I already knew what it was. I threw my phone, and I just rolled over. I was like, I'm going back to bed. And then I thought to myself, like, Amanda, if you go to sleep, is this going to make this any less real? Like, this happened. I get my phone, roll back over, and it just says, "We tried to call you. Puppet died at 3:30 this morning." Literally 30 minutes after, like, I went to bed. His heart stopped. They tried to revive him, and they couldn't. And then she went on to ask me, you know, did I want him cremated? Did I want to come pick him up? Whatever, which is, that's like, I love dogs, but it's too far for me. I don't want doggy dust. The fact that the latest memory of him I had was him in pain because of something that I let happen, I think that's enough for me. Like, I don't want to see him lifeless, and I don't really, not that I don't believe in ashes, but I just think that they're, for me personally, I think, like, I don't really like the thought of something or someone that you like looking like dust, you know, like not looking like nothing like themselves. Like I can't take it personally. So I told them they could do whatever they wanted to, you know, with them. We'll basically do everything except save them. But let me stop. But that is how my dog died. So I don't know if PETA's gonna come and get me or not. I mean, I already look like Chucky, so you know, I'm just America's #1 villain right now. But I love Puppet. I consider getting another dog, but then I'm like, dang, what if I get another dog and then, you know, I do something and it dies, and I'm like, okay, no more animals. But I love animals. Like, if I could rescue all the little doggies in the world except for them 2 pit bulls, then I would definitely do it. So I be thinking that I should have a dog, another dog, you know, because for a lot of times, like for safety reasons, because he used to let me know, okay, it said that was not right. Someone was at my door. He's he didn't bark like that. That I feel like I know he's not a human, you know, but I feel disrespectful, like, you know, like moving on so fast, you know, especially after, you know, I don't know, I just keep saying, you know, at this point because I'm sad. Anyway, that is the story. If you feel bad for me, subscribe to my channel. You can also donate money to my GoFundMe, which I really should have for this video, because y'all gave that girl who broke her jaw about 35K, and they already make money. Okay, y'all could at least give me 15K for what I did to Puppet. So anyway, hello, Puppet. I'll be laughing, but I really be sad. Okay, bye.